What's up, Hans? I gotta change the title because this is not Orange County. This is yeah. I'm disappointed. I'm sorry, everybody. Um, yeah. I need something more generic. Change it up. Change. Uh, oh, guess not. No, never mind. Okay. What's up, everybody? Yeah, we are up by Carlsbad. That's correct. Palomar, Carlsbad. Yep. After having to shell out $300 for a battery, um, yeah, it was not fun. It was not fun, and I figured we'd stay closer to home with my car issues. So I'm like 2 miles from the airport, from my hotel has, and yeah, CLD airport. That is correct. Got some GA, got some corporate aviation. 5,000-foot runway, nice and short. Actually, I think it's more like 48. But yeah. And I didn't know how big the crowd was going to be today, seeing that I had to postpone everything. So I decided for save a little money, stay a little closer, and we're still planning on doing San Diego tonight. So other than that, nothing else changes. So what's up, everybody? Looks like you're the only one, Has. Or they're all like, this is not Orange County. Or this is not San Diego. I should probably delete that. I'm going to delete it. There we go. This is not San Diego. Whoa, Chuck is checking in at 37,000 feet. That either means Chuck is in cargo or he's flying somewhere. We're here at Carlsbad Palomar Airport. It is, apologies, not Orange County. I just, after spending, my truck wouldn't start, so I had to do some emergency repairs, Chuck. And I figured it'd be a little better to stay closer to home. And try this out. Try something new. Ah, back to the desert. Nice. Yeah, that's me tomorrow. That is me tomorrow. So, yes, I am here. Good to see you. We'll be back in San Diego tomorrow. No, tonight. Hello. So, hey, Gregory B., what's up? Am I having a good morning? Well, that's all right. Long story short is my truck wouldn't start, and the good news is it was just a battery. The bad news is I had to shell out $300 for a new battery. So I decided to stay closer to home, and it's not even my home, closer to the hotel, as opposed to driving up to Orange County. So we had to make some changes. Oh, nice, Sports Zone. Look forward to seeing you take off tonight. We will be there. I think we will be starting at 5:30 tonight. Look forward to catching you, Sports Zone, hopefully. Gregory B., it's nice to be here. So, yeah, I'm just glad it wasn't a starter or alternator, because I was like, no! My truck won't start. So for the time it takes to drive up to Orange County and then do like 90 minutes, I just figured it'd be easier, less hassle just to stick around here. So apologies to everybody who was expecting Orange County. We will do it next time. I apologize. But I had to do some truck repairs. What's up, Andy? So we're here at PALOMAR CARLSBAD. I've never done this before. So your first time is my first time. A lot of general aviation, but there's a good bit of corporate aviation here as well. Hey, Matthew, how's it going? Prepare for takeoff. Nice to see you. Yeah, it has. My truck didn't want to go to Orange County, I guess. Oh, nice. Perfect. Sounds great, Sports Zone. We will definitely be on the air. That is perfect, man. Oh, you're on the right side? Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to definitely be there. I will be there for sure. Watching smaller planes, nothing wrong with that. It does happen. Life happens. Yeah, it's been a bad year for me in cars. I had to, I don't know if you remember this, but I had to replace 4 tires when I got a flat tire on my way home from Phoenix back in April. Oh, nice. You worked right next to the airport, Gregory B. Perfect. Yeah. It's like this nice little airport. I'm going to put on a t-shirt here or some sunshade. You know what? Actually, prepare for takeoff. American Airlines flies the 175 here, actually. Funny enough. Yeah. Oh, Andy, nicely done. What's up, Sandra? So let me get my phone. But we persevere. What's up, Yin? This airport's about 25 miles north of San Diego. So we're here in Carlsbad, California. Apologies that we're not in Orange County today. But my truck wouldn't start, and I had to get some repairs done. And I just figured between the drive time and everything, and might as well stay close to the hotel if I get stranded. So my hotel's like 2 miles from here. Oh, nice. Thank you, Haz. Going to Charlotte. I'm just glad it was my battery. All right, so hopefully we get some action, entertain you, and then we'll be down at San Diego this evening. So we are up here at Carlsbad. San Diego, the official name is San Diego McClellan Palomar Airport. It looks like we got a good bit of action in the 11 o'clock hours, so that works out well. So we'll be here for a few hours. Hopefully you'll be here for a few hours, and we'll be back tonight starting at 5:30 in San Diego. Planes will always be here. Orange County will always be here, Chuck. That is correct. 100%. So thank you for liking and subscribing. So yeah, let's take a look here. This is looking off to the east, kind of. You can see the cloud cover, because I would say we're, probably 2 miles from the ocean. So you have the offshore cloud cover that usually is part of the mornings. And is nice. So you can see the sunny skies just about 10 minutes away. But I like this morning cloud cover. And look forward to seeing all of you tonight. A lot of fun tonight. Slept okay. Definitely could use a little more sleep, but slept okay. This is kind of like Addison Airport, if you guys remember when we would do Addison, except the runway is shorter. A lot shorter, like 2,000 feet shorter. Camilla, how are you? This is your nearest airport, CLD? Excellent. Well, it's a nifty little airport. American Airlines flying from Phoenix to here on their E-175s. Thanks to Tyler for pointing this location out. This is a first. So this was not on the plan. Obviously, we were supposed to go to Orange County, but for those new viewers, and I'll mention it again because they're like, hey, I thought you were supposed to be in Orange County. My truck had some issues. My car wouldn't start, and I had to get a new battery. Thank you, Haz. 4,900 feet. Oh, yeah, and my battery, it's not a big deal. It's a 9-volt battery, but the battery from my audio mic, flew out the window. So I have to get a new battery too. I bet, Chuck. It's awesome you got to go back to Washington. Washington we might do for my birthday in October. In the meantime, we'll be going to Portland in September. We have plans to go to Portland, Oregon in September. The new the new battery. Well, I went to AutoZone and it was $292 plus the $22 back for the core. So I guess it was more like $270. So that was not in the budget. That's all right. Expenditures happen. So I guess I'm going to have to start pimping myself out to save money. Yeah, prepare for takeoff. We're looking forward to being there. I'm going to have to start pipping myself out. That's one of the things I'm trying to change. I will email them periodically, Chuck, and tell Seattle to build a plane spotting park. Yeah, especially for new cars. I was like used to, Chuck, I was used to my old truck being like 160, 170 bucks. And then I almost like fell over when I found how much. Uh, yeah, exactly, Andy. Start. That's right. That's right. I may have to start doing that. So I'm on top of my truck, so I'll try and keep the tripod as steady as possible. So I apologize. Oh, they used to have one years ago? Well, doggone it. Seattle needs to get back to that. That's rude of them. So again, this runway only about 5,000 feet. So it's a nice, tidy runway. And a fun approach because we're a couple miles from the ocean, too. Exactly, Chuck. Yep. I dropped about 3 bills. So this is kind of exciting. We're at a brand new airport, and I know I was supposed to do the 50th airport extravaganza, but my car had other plans. Camilla, the plane lover, says the E-175 American lands twice a day at 11:20 or at 12 and is also coming back at 6 or 9. Thank you very much, Camilla. So we should be on the air for it, so that's very exciting. And don't forget, we'll be in San Diego tonight as well. Hey, Ramona Aviation. And yes, so forgive me for repeating it over and over again. This is not a bait and switch. My truck would not start this morning. And so that delayed me about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I driving back to Orange County an hour, driving back an hour, and then it just didn't make sense. And also I was trying to be close to the airport or the hotel in case I got stranded again. Ah, the spotter park was where the new runway was. And they didn't build a replacement? That's rude of them. How rude. I bet, Chuck. I'm jealous. Well, Chuck, I will stay on them because I'd like to form a nonprofit plane spotting coalition of America and become the official trade group for plane spotters because things get done when you have numbers. Thanks, Sandra, for keeping track. Andy, I have a 2021 Ford Ranger, and I would like to think that part of the reason the battery died is Tucson. The heat there just killed the battery. So I'm going to blame the heat. At some point, you do have to replace your batteries. The battery was 3.5 years old. So what are you going to do? It's obviously not what I wanted, but I'm just really grateful that it wasn't something more serious. Because when I first started my truck and it started clicking, I was thinking right away, oh no, I've got a frozen alternator or a starter. But thankfully, it was just the battery. And I'd like to thank the Hyatt place in Carlsbad here, Sawyer, one of the managers was nice enough to give me a jump start. So thank you to them, because I wouldn't have gone anywhere. In fact, no joke, I got the jump start, drove directly to AutoZone, and when I tried to start up the truck again, it would not start. And I said, well, I guess it's time for a new battery. So I am grateful that it could have been much worse. It also could have been much better, but I am grateful that it only took me 2 hours to get it all taken care of. So thank you to the Hyatt Place, thank you to AutoZone, and thank you to my truck. Roger that, Camilla. Thank you so much. Look at this. We got a Challenger. We got a Gulfstream. We got a guy in a Tesla looking at me like I'm weird. That's cool. What? Haven't you ever seen plane spotters before? All right, Chuck. We're going to appoint you as the one of the vice treasurers. See, I would like to. I've actually done some research, Chuck. It's forming a nonprofit board, so I would need a board of directors and going from there. Oh, interesting, Matthew. That is good to know as we check out this Cessna Citation Latitude. There we go. Got some nice corporate jet action for you. What's up, Feather Jansen? How's it going? Welcome to McClellan Palomar Airport. Again, apologies. This is not Orange County. My car did not want to go. But we got some great general aviation and corporate jet action here. Yeah, prepare for takeoff. Teeterbarrow's fantastic. Yes, great idea, Andy. That is a great idea, and I actually meant to buy one. And now I most definitely will buy one. But this is a good second place airport. We will get to John Wayne, Orange County. I apologize. But we'll be back in San Diego tonight, which is very exciting. Very, very exciting. So they really turn on the jets at this airport because the runway is only about 5,000 feet, and if you look closely, you can kind of see how it slopes up. So that's kind of interesting too. Partially, I think because it's so short, they're like, if we put the slope up, it'll be easier to stop and maybe easier to take off. But it definitely has the inclined slope. This is Carlsbad, McClellan Palomar Airport in Carlsbad, California. Nice Gulfstream. This looks like a well-maintained older Gulfstream. Check this swanky jet out. What's up, Robbie? How's it going? JB, what's up? How's it going? Had the same thing happen with car battery last winter. Got a jump through connection, drove straight to AutoZone and had them put in a new one. It was a good plan. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, I probably better do this. Nice. All right. Yeah, JB, it was the smart plan. My truck already didn't start once a couple months back And then it started up by a miracle. And so I dodged a bullet that time. And I was like, this time I was like, I better not dodge a bullet. Because if I drove to Orange County, I would have, high probability, I would have been dead. So as much as I wanted to go up to Orange County, and forgive me, everybody, we'll get back. It was not to be. Or it was not looking in favor. Hey, what's up, Mass Fokker Brian? Thank you for joining me here at McClellan Palomar Airport in Carlsbad, California. Here, I'll show you all the corporate jets over here. I don't think we take there's like a flock of them. A flock of private jets. And I will tell you, driving around the airport, the Atlantic facility here, the FBO, is massive. So this is a major location for private jets. Sounds good. NWA Chuck, we'll see you later. Thanks for checking in at 37,000 feet, my friend. Oh, thanks for the heads up, Camilla. I'll be on the lookout for it. It's awesome. Chuck was nice enough to check in from 37,000 feet, flying back from Washington down to Phoenix. So that's looking off to the west. You can see some of the hills and the marine layer, the cloud cover over here, because we're only a couple of miles from the ocean. And I kind of like that. I'm telling you, folks, there's a lot of good things San Diego has. Just housing costs isn't one of them. You know what I found out too? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Yuma, Arizona has a 10% sales tax. I did the math. I bought something for 99 cents and it was $1.10. And I was like, what? I do remember that, Has. I could do that, Andy. I could, most definitely could do that. For sure. For sure. Got another Gulfstream headed our way to take off. Yeah, I hear you, JB. But there's a lot of things I do like here. And I went to church yesterday here. A lot of good-looking single women. So, yeah, Andy, I'm pretty sure it's 10%. I'm going to have to double check, but sales tax, yeah. I'm like, am I in Chicago? What is this? So again, we'll be back in San Diego tonight, 5:30, maybe a little earlier. And we'll have a big show tonight. Last night we ended a little early, and but we'll have a huge show tonight. I know, Sandra. I'm working on it. I am working on it. I met a girl who has her family has a giant ranch with horses. I was like, well, that's a good start. I am at Carlsbad, California. The airport code is CLD, Charlie Lima Delta. Chicago, I think, is like 11% sales tax. There goes the Gulfstream. Yeah, so this airport is about 2 miles from my hotel. So it kind of worked out that we have a nice backup airport here since we weren't able to get to Orange County today. It's a nice, powerful jet there has. And this is kind of fun. I've always admired this airport a lot and found it interesting because of all the corporate traffic that comes in here, but also the shortness of the runway as well. So I like it a lot. Oh, there's that Cessna. I hear it. I hear it, Camilla. Oh, wow. That's cool, Camilla. That is cool. Cool little tower there. I wonder if their contractor, if it's an FAA tower. Interesting. So if you're just joining us, thank you so much. My name's Pip. This is episode 330. This looks kind of like Orange County. The runway's about as long, but this is actually Carlsbad. I apologize. My truck would not start today, so I had to do some repairs, and I figured it'd be safer to stay close to the hotel, and then I also had to buy a new battery. So, the Indy Spawner, what's up? Tuning in from the Ford Expedition. Thank you so much. Love it. I'm standing on top of my Ford Ranger truck to bring you these images. Indy Spawner, great to see you. Welcome, welcome. And this is the first of 2 shows today. So make sure you come back this evening for San Diego live. ERB, how are you? Happy Monday to you as well. Thank you. I mean, my Monday can only get better from the start. So this is pretty relaxing. It's kind of nice. And there's a lot of good action. Nice, ERB. Thanks for joining us on the lunch break. We're here at McClellan Palomar Airport in Carlsbad, California, about 25 minutes north of San Diego Airport. The airport letters are Charlie Lima Delta. And congratulations to Rainy Cajun on being the newest moderator for the channel. And well done, sir. So we're giving you some GA and corporate aviation action. That's right, ERB, Charlie Lima Delta. That is correct. Q, what's up, man? Welcome to Carlsbad. Sorry, we're not in Orange County, but my truck wouldn't start this morning, and I had to do some repairs, and I had to get a new battery today. So we're delayed by a couple of hours, and I figured, well, by the time I drive up to Orange County and then drive back, won't be a very long show. So I'm 2 miles, 3 miles from my hotel, so this is backup. So thankful that this airport is here. And I kind of like it. What's up, Pyro? How's it going? CARLSBAD is CRQ. Even better. I thought it was so is CRQ the ICAO, and then IATA's CLD. They do have a flight to Phoenix, and it should be arriving in about an hour or so, Q. Yes, we do, Rainy Cajun. It has not been a good year for aviation. I'll tell you that much. Or not a good year for Pip's car. Yeah, so the flight to Phoenix will be here in about an hour. Jet Suite X will be here too. So we've had 2 Gulfstreams, a Challenger, and a Cessna Mustang take off already. Looks like we got... This reminds me a lot of Addison when we would broadcast from Addison Airport in Addison, Texas, near Dallas. I think that's a G280. Yes, Sandra. Middays will be bonkers. Well, right on. We'll hang around. Sounds good. Sounds like a lunch hour fly-in, Q. Thank you for that update, Camilla. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. See, there's the start of the runway right there in the threshold lights. I found out that CARLSBAD does have an ILS approach, Category 1, which is pretty nice. And it has ALSA flights, which is pretty impressive. No, that's not right. They just have really nice approach lighting. I think the fire index here is category B. Maybe A? I'll have to look. I'm just guessing. It's a pretty sharp paint scheme there. Oh, really, Q? Very cool, man. Hey, you're welcome, Danny. Thank you so much. I enjoyed this. It's fun. It's a nice variety here. I like it. I like it so far. You're welcome. This is the first of 2 airports we have today. Of course, we'll be back at San Diego tonight for our big show. Oh, right onto the runway. A turn and burn for this G280. Brian S. Looking good. Thanks so much, Brian S. Great to see you from Phoenix. There you go, Rainy Cajun. Window shopping. Some nice window shopping. Very nice. Actually, we're going to turn over here. I'm going to attempt to eat my steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's. I bought this to make me feel better. Actually, I should buy a Kickstart too, because those usually put me in a good mood. All right, we'll see you later tonight, ERB. Thanks for stopping by, sir. Plane Lover says another NetJet's coming by soon. Thank you for the update on that. Appreciate it. The steak, egg, and cheese bagel without the cheese, I think, is probably one of the most dominant sandwiches in America right now. I love it. And here's a fun fact. The steak, egg, and cheese bagel is cheaper here in California than it is in Tucson, Arizona. I think there's a scam going on at our local McDonald's. Well, we got to go around. No, it's a low approach. Some low approach action. NetJet's coming in soon. Roger that. There's a lot of them that come in from Carlsbad. Oh, yep, I see it. I see it, I see it. There it is. Good question, Has. It will not be next week because I have to go to the doctor for a couple of things, and then I also have to do some tests. So there will not be any stream most likely next week, and so the earliest would probably be in 2 weeks, which would be what is today? The 14th, so 13th, 27th, potentially. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, got to go to the doctor. And I also have to get some new glasses too. Hey, Tim, you've been a member for 4 months. Amazing. DBs. It is LAX. Thanks so much for your support, Tim. I did, I did thankfully get my truck working. That's why we're not at Orange County today. I apologize. But yeah, it took a couple hours to get everything settled. So what up, D Beast? Oh, by the way, D Beast, did you hear that we're coming to Minneapolis in September? How about them apples? Yeah, I think it's like the end of Minneapolis, or the end of September, excuse me. I am eating a steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's, Uncle Plain Guy. What is up, James? How's it going? Storm Chaser Mark, welcome into McClellan Palomar Airport in Carlsbad, California, about 25 minutes north of San Diego. This is the first of 2 shows. We'll be in San Diego later this evening. Roger that, plane lover. You know what? I'll tell you why, D-Beast, because the Pip Pals voted, and I gave them 4 choices of airports, and Minneapolis was number 1. So, and I love Minneapolis, so hopefully we'll have a grand old time up there. And I like Minneapolis. I've always liked Minneapolis, so. That's why. And I think since the last time we were in Minneapolis, we've doubled our subscriber base, which is pretty sweet. Sweet sauce. Some sweet sauce. Oh, yep, here comes Jet Sweet X right now. Tim, thank you so much for your generosity and $2 super chat. Thank you, Tim, for the update. Here's Jet Suite X on an Embraer. Let's see how it handles a 5,000-foot runway. And no delay. Get those reversers. Oh, lucky you, Uncle Plane Guy. Thanks so much, Tim, for that generous contribution. Very kind of you, sir. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Uncle Plane Guy very much is like Addison, yeah. Here comes more corporate jet action. Yeah, 700 longitude Cessna. Yeah, a lot of these jets are top secret, Rainy Cajun. So what's up, everybody? Thanks so much for liking and subscribing. Also, thanks for your understanding. When my truck doesn't start, that kind of alters our plans. Of course, we were supposed to be in Orange County this morning, but we are here instead at Carlsbad Airport in Palomar, or excuse me, Palomar Airport in Carlsbad. Jeff Bezos, good to see you, man. Jeff, I gotta know, do you ever fly into Carlsbad with your, I think you have a Global. Jack, how's it going? Jack says, welcome to North San Diego County. Well, thanks so much, Jack. Thanks for the warm welcome. I like it here, Jack, and my hotel's only a couple miles away. So it works out. Jeff, you have no. Jeff is so rich he doesn't even have the no idea of location sometimes. I love it. Yeah, I like it. The ocean's only a couple miles away, Jack, and this is the first of two shows tonight. The second show will be, of course, San Diego, so I hope all of you can come back this evening and tune in for all the great action at night. It's a slower airport for sure than San Diego. Now, we were planning on going to Orange County, but Jack, my truck wouldn't start up, and I had to go get some repairs done and a new battery. So we'll go back to Orange County, but I figure staying close to the hotel was probably a good idea. What's up, Matt Man? Thanks for stopping by, leaving a like. Appreciate you. Sometimes it can be fairly busy here at Carlsbad. Yesterday it was pretty hopping, and there's a lot during lunch hour. I bet, Jeff. They sure do. They sure do. That's all they ever ask for. Kind of sounds like me. I'm a horrible person. Just kidding. What would be cool is if, like, we saw a Dash 8 or something, or like a Saab 2000 fly in here. Yeah, Jack, they have the Phoenix. I know they had some in the past. They had the Phoenix they have the Phoenix to McClellan now. American does, but yeah, my understanding, they used to have that to LAX. All right, thanks, Jeff. Take care. The Saabs from Carlsbad, that all the time. That makes total sense. 100%. But now we're all American airline, all the American airlines, United, Delta, all of them, Alaska, we're all in the jet age, no more the prop age. That looks like a Cessna 152. I bet. Good old prop days. Good old small 152. And if you haven't heard, we talked about this last night, but we are headed on the road in September to Denver International Airport. Oh, nice, Richard. I was worried about that, so I'm glad to hear that the mug came safely. That is wonderful. That is wonderful to hear. Jack, come up to Oceanside and you can also watch the skydivers. Now, that would be interesting. Well, Richard, with the $20 super chat. Thank you, Richard Zeiner. Incredibly generous of you, and I'm so glad you got the mug, and I'm glad it's nice. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you, Richard. And of course, thanks everybody for understanding that we weren't able to make it up to Orange County because my truck died and I needed a new battery. So I was out the door at 7:30, ready to get on the road, give me plenty of time for traffic, and then it just kaputs. So thanks for your understanding. But I was not a happy camper. I was like, no! So $300 later, my truck is starting again. Thank you so much, Richard, and also thank you to Tim Arnold for your contribution and super chat. We got some birds watching the birds. These look a lot less annoying than the doves we have at Tucson. I wonder what the largest jet is to ever land here. That's a good bit of research. Forget the battery, connect it to the house plug. I wish. I wish. So we will be back parking willing tonight in San Diego. We expect a great show tonight, staying up late. And so yesterday it was a busy day at the parking garage. There was one spot left, so I'm hoping I have either the same spot or a little better luck. But it was bumping yesterday at the parking garage, so. So the E-175 parks right there next to the tower where the little terminal is. You can't really see the terminal. If you look at that gray building just to the left of the tower, it's right there. And that's where people check in and go. So Jose, I haven't been to Phoenix in a while, but we are here actually in Carlsbad. Time to turn the old tripod around. Well, we're looking to get back to Phoenix when the weather starts to cool. And it's not necessarily, obviously, it's a time of year in the fall, but if for some reason in September, if it's like down to 85, we'll be back in Phoenix or October or whenever. And same thing with Tucson. It's just like usually less than less than 90 in Phoenix and less than 80 in Tucson is ideal. It is definitely too green for the desert, and I kind of like that. I forgot what flowers, trees, and other things looked like. Whoa. I was like, you gonna pull back? I know, Jose. Way too hot. Way too hot. It was 113 in Tucson on Wednesday, last Wednesday. We set a record that day. That was the hottest day ever. It was the hottest day ever for me either. That is I it's the hottest weather I've ever been in. Todd, love your channel. Wonder if you could plane spot in Tijuana. Can you walk across the Otay Mesa Cross Border Express Terminal? Just a fun idea. I've explored that, Todd. I I have okay when I've explored that from Google Maps. I have not gone up close. It would be fun to do Tijuana for sure, but then I would be in another country, so I don't know. The first thing I have to do is get my passport renewed. So thank you, Todd. Thanks for your support, and I like the idea. That's actually been brought up to me twice, Todd. So good minds think alike. Oh, 168 degrees. That's awful. I think we were at 145 in Tucson. The asphalt temperature was. We were at like 145. So, nothing to match Phoenix, Jose. Yikes. It's a good question. That is a really good question, Rainy Cajun. I don't know. Definitely need to do some research on that. That is a good question. 95 is still way too hot, Andy. For me, anything over 85 is hot. And maybe that's the Midwesterner in me. But, oh, really, Jose? That's good. Unlimited data, no worries. Okay, I like the sound of that. I'd like to fly into Mexico City and live stream from the top of that coffee shop that is across the street from the runway at Mexico City. Yeah, I know. We're supposed to, Tim, I think I saw rain in the forecast for Thursday in Tucson. And Jane said last night we might have rain in Tucson last night. So that is exciting, dude. That is very exciting. I'm right there with you. Because Tim, we've done shows when it's been about 90 and it was exhausting, but it wasn't too bad. Cessna is making a left base turn for final. Let's see if I can spot it here. Where are you, my friend? Oh, there you are. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know, Jose. That's part of my reservation is crossing the border. Aquadingo. Ah, the soft field. Well, that was a very soft touchdown. So again, come back tonight. We'll be back in San Diego. Knock on wood, unless something else happens to my truck. I should be good though, right? You know what's funny is all of my car repairs have been connected to the channel, so maybe I can write them off on tax returns. Exactly, Andy. That's my biggest beef. It just drains you. It absolutely drains you. Like right now, it's perfect. Cloud cover, 70 degrees. That is what I'm talking about. For me, the weather sweet spot is like 55 to 70. 55 to 70. So if I lived in San Diego, that'd be great. Oh, we got a private jet coming in. It is a Cessna. Looks like a, I'm going to guess CJ2. I'm just guessing. Dude, Jose, don't remind me. This is not a joke, Jose, but the first time I went to the dealership to get my car fixed, I was like, "Hey, how often do I need to get my AC charged?" And she's like, "Is it broken?" I'm like, "I don't know. I can't feel a lot of cold air." And she's like, "Well, it is 110 degrees out, so you may not be able to." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I don't go crazy. All right, CJ2. I got it right. Once in a while, every squirrel finds a nut. From Pueblo, Colorado. I'm starting to get pretty good at my corporate jets. Still gonna get my ships in. Oh yeah, is that right, Booyah Gotcha? I said this one time at band camp. I blew in one of those small commuter planes. I don't really like planes. The heat makes them bounce around even worse. Oh, here we go. We got some nice Beechcraft action, the King Air. I know, Milton, right? Just a few thousand feet short of the runway. All right. So King Air, judging by the windows, how many windows are? I think it's a B200. Because I think the King Air 350 has more windows. And it only works when I insulate the vehicle. Roger that, Jose. Well, you know, they do have enough space to honestly add a couple thousand feet if they technically wanted to. I don't think that would ever happen. But Milton, they could do like a couple thousand feet more. But yeah, I don't think anybody in Carlsbad would let that happen. And you know, so bringing that up, Jose, I was trying to figure out the solution to another airport in San Diego. And I did a little bit of research and found out about the votes that MCAS, the public rejected MCAS, the Miramar Air Station, or the Marine Corps, sorry, in Miramar. And I looked at Brown Field, and it looked like Brown Field has a couple thousand feet where they could build a runway extension. And I was like, well, why don't you put it at Brown? What's up, Treasure Maze? So for you locals who know San Diego better than me, I'm just wondering why Brown would not work. I think you could get 7,000 feet, which would be enough for most single or narrow body jets. Gordon Ramsay says, sell us your jet. I wish I had a jet. Thank you, Plane Lover. Looks like my skills are finally paying off. But I wondered that. I was looking at Brown. The airport, Montgomery Field, I don't think would work. What's the other airport? What's the airport down, not Tijuana, but what's across is, what What's the airport across the border? Down there, I can't think. Hey, they call me 413. What's up on the East Coast? Bom dia, Robert Miner. Great to see you. But I was just trying to figure out where else could they build another airport here in San Diego. Brownfield. Okay, so yes. Brownfield is right. All right. Perhaps. Plane lover, perhaps. I'm just trying to think outside the box to help the good people of San Diego. So this runway is about 5,000 feet. If the Starbucks, from the Starbucks, that's probably half a mile, maybe a little bit more. Glad to have you back, 413. You bought a dog in South Dakota? Sweet, man. Oh, SDM is brownfield. Okay. This looks like a Dessau. Simon. Man, we got all the celebrities. Gordon Ramsay, Jeff Bezos, Simon Cowell. They're all here. You know, I think that's a great idea, Milton. I think that is a fantastic idea, actually. I was wondering about that. Maybe we could give them brownfield, yeah. Hey, Andy Phillips, how is Pittsburgh? I am doing great, Andy. Well, I'm doing better than I was earlier. So thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well. So I'm enjoying the cool breezes off the ocean and the cloud cover, so I am happy. Yeah, Milton, I actually thought about that over the weekend. I was like, could we like trade airports and then give them something else? CLD or CRQ, Robert. Charlie Romeo, Quebec. Well, they call me 413, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, 413. Congrats on your new dog, and congrats to Rohan, Mike D, Granddad Seaside, Nancy Lauderdale, and James Woolard being gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Very nice of you, 413. And we will be on the air course tonight in San Diego for our big show. Really, really big show. As long as there's a parking space. I'm amazed at how full the parking garage was yesterday. So maybe our promotion is working. Patelevision. Dude, what's up? Are you a commercially rated pilot? You working for like Envoy now? Oh, you deliver pets. Okay. Dang. That's got to be a cool job. I think I might like that job, actually, because you can play with the pets, but then you don't have a lot of the ownership responsibilities. Very cool. That's a pretty cool gig, 413. Oh, sweet. You're a CFI. Very nice, man. Congrats. Look at you. Look at you. Each time we talk Patelevision, you're getting a little bit closer. I love it. That is wonderful. Thank you, Robert. Rod, Rod, is it Moyes or Moyes? Rod did all of his training and got my license there 35 years ago. Been my home base ever since. Awesome, Rod. Well, thrilled to be here. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, because my original plan was to go up to Orange County this morning Uh, and unfortunately, my truck would not start, and I found out that I needed a new battery. So instead of going to Orange County, we're here. So it's great to be here. Like noise. Okay. Right on, Moise. Thank you, Rod. Nice. They call me 413. Sounds good. I could fly them. Yeah, this is a fun little airport. Every time I drive by, I'm like, I need to do a live stream here. Thank you for the update, Uncle Plane Guy. Yeah, we're looking for the American E-175. That probably is the largest plane that flies here. That's a good question, Rod. You might know this. What's the largest plane you've ever seen land here at McClellan? Thank you very much, Rod. That's a good question. Because the runway's not particularly long. It's like 5,000 feet. I think we figured out 4,987 feet. So we'll just round it up 13. Hi, Zoe. Good to have you pop in. Thanks for leaving a like, Zoe, and saying hi. We'll be back on the air later this evening. So after this, I'm probably going to go get some lunch, take a nap, and then try and get ready for tonight. Now, granted, when I say get ready, there's not a ton to get ready for. But, wow, Rod Moyes, thanks so much for joining Premium Economy, just 99 cents, supporting the channel at the same time. Get the full coveted suite of emojis. Thank you, Rod. Plain Lumber says, I have lived here for a while, and the biggest one he's seen is the E-175. And that's kind of what I was thinking, but I was wondering if maybe there was like a Global 7500 that ever landed here. Oh, really? You've seen a few Mad Dogs here over the years? Nice, Rod. Yeah, that definitely would be larger than the E-175. That's pretty dope. I bet that's a fun landing. Now, I wonder, so Rod, do they have the same noise abatement procedures that Orange County has, that John Wayne has, where you have to do a full run-up, a full spool-up? Gavin, I did not. I was actually, I am visiting here. I wish I could say I lived here, but I actually live in Tucson. So I often like to come here for the cooler weather and when it's super hot, the plane spotting. So. I wish I could. I wish I could, Robert, but I won't be able to. No, I'm actually visiting. So I come here. We did I think it was our 10th show last night from San Diego, or our 12th show from San Diego last night. So I will drive here on my days off from work. I have a full-time job working airport operations, so. Yeah, I just come here for the cooler weather. It's good mental health therapy. Plus, San Diego's a pretty sweet airport, and so Palomar seems pretty sweet. So it's a lot of fun. Really? Rod says In the 90s, Palomar was the busiest municipal airport in the country. Wow. I was not aware of that. That doesn't surprise me, though. When I was driving around Carlsbad, there's a lot of businesses here, and that makes a lot of sense. And, yeah, it's a super nice area. Plus, we're not too far from, like, La Jolla or anything either. Jack says, I've lived in Oceanside most of my life. When I was a kid, my parents took me to Palomar to watch planes every week. See, now that's cool. I grew up in the Chicago area, and I didn't get into plane spotting until much later in life. It was probably like 8 years ago. So I missed out on a lot that I could have been spotting in Chicago. But I found it, and I now work in aviation, so it's all good. No, Mama's boy, I apologize. This is not Orange County. My truck would not start this morning, so I had to do some repairs. So you are correct. This is not Orange County, and I apologize, but under the circumstances, this is probably much safer being only a couple miles from my hotel. And I had to shell out almost $300 for a new battery, so that kind of was like, so you're right, and I apologize, but my poor truck couldn't take it anymore. Oh, sweet, Rod, just a mile away. Well, I love the area here. Big fan, big fan. American coming in like 12 minutes. Perfect. Love hearing that. Love hearing that. Doing some pattern work for the Cessna. I bet, Rod. It does not suck. I'm glad you're enjoying it, James. Glad we can turn lemons into lemonade here with hey-o. Nice little bounce. Teet Andre, what's up? Great to see you. Don't worry, we'll be in San Diego tonight too, Teet. I'm glad you caught me live too. But this is the first of two shows, so we'll be in San Diego tonight. Sweet. I hope everybody's watching. It'll be a fun show. And we cut the show a little early last night so we could have a nice long show tonight. Yep, it is Carlsbad. Good old Carlsbad. This is, we're here at McClellan Palomar Airport. Yeah, Ron, I got to try and figure out a way to get a job here so I can live here, and that would be fun. Or I find a sugar mama. That's the running joke with the channel here in San Diego, so I can do more plane spotting in San Diego. Oh, you were at Camp Pendleton years ago? Sweet. Thanks for your service. Yeah, Camp Pendleton. Very challenging. Thank you, 413. Thank you, Rod Moyes. Thank you, Richard Zeinert. Thank you to Tim Arnold as well for your contributions for the channel. Oh, nice. Testing the emojis. They're looking good. They're looking fine. It's a nice day out, man. It is nice. Oh, we got a helicopter. We got a helicopter. Looks like the A-team. The A-team is headed out. I think I'm going to make one small adjustment to there we go. There we go. I think that looks a little bit clear. No delay. It's a turn and burn. This looks like a good old Phenom. Embraer Phenom. I wonder if it's a requirement they have to do a turn and burn. I'm just joking, of course, but keeps the engine steady, and then they're just like... Because like we've talked about, the runway is not that long. Okay, see, Jack, you have to tell me where the location, where a good location is for the MCAS, because I could not, when I was looking at Google Maps, I didn't see any good locations, so you'll definitely have to fill me in, and anybody's welcome to email me at pipsplanespottinglive@gmail.com. It's listed in the description to below. All right, sounds good, Q. Thanks for your tuning in. We will be on later tonight as well. Safe travels to work, sir. Thank you, Q. Now, in my defense, Jack, I do have to say, when the weather is cool enough, we'll be broadcasting from Tucson a lot more, and I have 60 to 80 F-16s that take off every weekday. Whoa, wow, Rod. That is crazy, dude. That I can't believe you survived too. They call me 413, so we were planning on going to Orange County, but due to my truck problems, I was not able to get up to Orange County. That'll be a future trip. Thank you, Teet. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you guys tuning in. No, sadly, no Osprey. The Jack out in Tucson, it is the Morris Air National Guard base. So they have 60 to 90 F-16s, give or take. And it's all F-16s. It's like nonstop during the week, which is great if you like F-16s. So Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate it. And thanks for the contributions that help support the channel. Because it does cover things like gas, hotels, traveling, batteries, car batteries. All right, this citation longitude has not been here very long. I think it landed, and about 20 minutes later, it's ready to head out. Oh, really? They're regular Osprey visits? That would make sense. That would totally make sense. I drove by MCAS yesterday, like on the 805, when I was driving up to my hotel in Carlsbad. Thank you for the update, plane lover. I will look to the left, in fact. Don't see it just yet, but we will momentarily, I'm sure. Probably entering the glide slope. Two minutes. Yeah, so thank you everybody liking and subscribing. My name is Pip. We broadcast here from San Diego. This is our first visit to McClellan. My home base is Tucson, Arizona, so we'll broadcast from Tucson and Phoenix. And then we also go on the road. In fact, we'll be going on the road in September at the request of the Pip Pals. We'll be headed to Denver, Portland, and Minneapolis. Milton, it is not. It's actually a nickname. So my real name is John, but I just use it as a nickname for the channel, and I like the name too. So that yeah, my real name is More Boring John. So Pip works well because I can do a lot of things with the name Pip. You can do Pip's Trips. Scott Shaver, how is Texas today, sir? Great to see you. Welcome to Carlsbad. Welcome to McClellan Palomar Airport. Okay, so when I started the channel, so I'm a long-time flight dispatcher. When I started the channel, when I started flight dispatching or looking into flight dispatching, there weren't any videos about flight dispatching. And so I decided once, if I got in, that I'd start making some videos. So some of the first videos I made was when I was a flight dispatcher, I don't know, like 3, 4, 5 years ago. And I didn't want people to know my identity. So the name actually came from a hospital. So my dad was getting heart surgery done, and in the waiting room there was this little kid, and I swore I heard this grandfather calling him Pip. And I was like, oh, that's a really cool name. So when I created my channel and wanted to use a name for it that wasn't my real name, I was like, you know what, I'm going to use Pip, and then I just took Hastings as the last name. So there you go. That is the story. Oh, I see our 175. Roger that. Warming up to 80, a little rain. Dude, Dallas has been getting a ton of rain this year. Every time I look at DFW, it's either they're having diversions or Houston's having diversions. So Yeah, Pip is a cool name, so we're sticking with it. Yes, Milton. Thanks. Yeah, and my dad's doing good. He is still trucking along at 84. Thank you. Last time I checked, at least. And my mom's doing well too, so they're both in their 80s. Tyson, how's it going, Tyson Price? Nice landing by the E-175 because it has to slow down in a hurry. Colin, what's going on, man? American 4204. Oh, there was? Maybe I'm related, Scott. Tyson, we're actually in Carlsbad, California. The airport is McClellan Palomar. The airport code is either Charlie Lima Delta or Charlie Romeo Quebec. Ferrari, what's up? So this is the first of 2 broadcasts today. We'll be at San Diego tonight around between 5 and 6, we'll say. But great, all of you could join me here in lovely Carlsbad as the sun finally peeks out. Second Amendment Jeffrey, what's up? No, I actually, Second Amendment Jeffrey, I actually work full time. So I actually do this on the side. I would love to do this full time, but I actually work, I'm very fortunate to work in Tucson at airport. I work in airport operations, so Wednesday through Saturday, my job is somebody, who was it yesterday who said my job is to make sure everybody gets out and nobody gets in. Tyson, did you hear we're coming to Utah? We're coming to Utah in the first part of October. Yeah, so before I worked at the airport, I was a flight dispatcher. So I like to do this to educate and entertain people. Since I have a good bit of technical background, it's always fun answering questions. Thanks for the question. So yeah, I drove here from Tucson, so thanks for everybody's contributions that make these trips possible. Because it does cost gas, food, car batteries. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, 413. Thank you, Tim Arnold. I've been doing the live part of the channel for a little over 2 years. I started in Salt Lake City, then moved to Dallas, and now I live in Tucson. So I do miss Dallas because I have family there. And Salt Lake City, you can't beat the mountain views. And Tucson is great, except when it's 113. Sweet, sounds good, Tyson. Sounds good, man. Yeah, so we'll be busy in the fall. I'm thinking about doing one other trip because we have Denver planned. Colin, thanks for being a member of Premium Economy for 18 months. We have Denver planned, we have Portland planned, we have Minneapolis planned, and we have Salt Lake City. That looks like a nice Gulfstream 650 over there. I'm just going to take a guess. Just a guess. This is my first time ever broadcasting from Carlsbad, so it's pretty great. It is pretty great. And it's pretty fun. It reminds me a lot of Addison Airport in the Dallas area. And then we broadcasted from Lindbergh last night, and we will be on the air tonight again. Tom, what's up? Welcome to a new airport. Welcome to Carlsbad, McClellan Palomar Airport. 5,000 feet of fun. Jet Suite X, we saw these quite a bit at Dallas Love Field. Roger that, Feather Jensen. We're headed to Taos, New Mexico. Like 104, thank you, Tom. And we'll be back on the air tonight. Oh, nice. Second Amendment, Jeffrey from the Detroit area. Love Detroit. We actually did a live stream there back in August of 2023. So we'll definitely have to head back. Actually, no, it was 24. We did 23 and 24. How about that? That's right, power up. Just enough time for this little guy. There's quite a few of them, Andy, hanging around the fence line right there, like that guy. That is a dove, just hanging there. That's right. Definitely some wake turbulence. All right, we do have another arrival. It is a jet. It is a Phenom from Aspen, Colorado. Speaking of Aspen, that is one of my favorite airports to live stream at, just because of how beautiful it is, the uniqueness of it, and the topography. Hopefully we can get back to Aspen someday. Oh, is that? That's the official mascot, Andy. The official mascot of the channel is the dove, to bring peace and goodwill about aviation. It is quite large. Most definitely, Milton, for sure. I've definitely quite a few miles on my truck. I've put on average probably like 20,000 a year. I will see if I can do that, Andy. I will see if I can do that. I'd kind of like a dog in the photo too, or maybe a cat. I did have a cat growing up, so maybe a dog, a cat, and a bird. All the way from Germany, willkommen. Sehr gut. The cattle win, Colin? Whoa, Tom, thank you for gifting a membership. Trucker Norm getting the membership from Tom. Thank you so much, Tom, Overhead Spotter. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. Nathan, watching from Sydney, Australia. Nathan, thank you for tuning in. Is it early morning there, Nathan, or is it late night? What's the Cessna gonna do? He's like, oh, 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 oh. Yeah. I need a dog. I would totally get a dog, but I'd have to bring it everywhere, Feather. I would feel bad leaving it at home. Any private jets coming out of here? Ah, a duck. That's a possibility, Milton. Oh, 4:42, bright and early, Nathan. You sound like me getting up for work. I go into work I get up around 5. look at a Challenger 350 about 5 minutes out. And then I hear another Cessna Citation headed towards us. It is true, Tom. Very true. If you're just joining us, welcome into Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 330. No, this is not Orange County, and I apologize. My truck died, so I had to buy a new battery. So that messed up my morning. But I thought I'd come to the airport right by my hotel here at McClellan Palomar Airport. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. I did not know that, Rainy Cajun. That's pretty cool. Oceanside, just a few minutes actually, Feather. Oh, very nice. A nice start to the day, Michael and Colin. Good for you guys. Just enough time to welcome the Challenger here. Yep, Legoland is just a few minutes away, Feather Jensen. Whoa, okay. That was like a... I think they didn't mean to land that early, but it works. It works. That was a skadoosh landing, Tom. Skadoosh. It is a nice weather day. What's up, Michael Walker? Yeah, just a few degrees cooler than the hundreds, Tom. Just a few degrees. And a nice ocean breeze, because we're only a couple miles from the ocean. Michael Walker, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I know this is not Orange County, but my car died, and we're making lemons, or we're making lemonade out of lemons. Yes, it is. You see it back there, Milton? It is, in fact, a fire truck right there. Good eye. Good eye there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think what we're doing, I'm going to go back to the hotel, get a little rest, get some lunch, and then be ready for tonight, hopefully. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Nothing I could do about battery dying, but thank you to Richard Designer. Thank you to Tim. Thank you to 413. Thank you to Rod Moyes. Thank you for your contributions. And we're going to have an awesome show tonight. It is going to be fantastic. So I'm going to rest up. Got a little bit of a sore throat. It might be allergies. But we're going to rest up and have some fun later tonight in San Diego. Cross your fingers that there's a parking spot available. Knock on wood. They've been busy there at the parking garage. So I look forward to seeing you all later this evening. And hopefully my truck will be okay. So thank you. Great meeting all of you new subscribers. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But we will see you later this evening. I think I'm going to push back the show to like 6. Maybe leave it at 5:30. But thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Andy. And thank you, Milton. We'll see you guys later. Treasure Maze. Adios, everybody. We'll talk to you all later for our big show tonight in San Diego. I know, Michael Walker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See you, T-Donji. We'll see you guys later tonight. Have a good afternoon and evening or morning, wherever you are in the world, and come back to San Diego tonight. See you guys.